Hello, chat. Oh, that'll explain it. It didn't reduce the noise at all. Is that better? Yeah, it drives me nuts. I can't even watch playbacks that have it. I don't know why.
I smell pennies.
No, but this is not streaming. Thank you, Puzz. Thank you so much for the subbie. I think she's gonna stream when we go into or when everybody goes to onsen.
Not bad. No, I'm gonna touch on that. There's a fourth thing. I don't remember.
Right.
Understood.
Can't fucking remember.
Oh.
Tomorrow.
Greetings.
Hello.
Morning.
Higgs, nice to meet you.
Hi, Press.
Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Hello.
And you are?
My name is Rayna.
Rayna, nice to meet you. Higgs. Okay.
Ash, wonderful to meet you if we haven't already. My memory's horrid.
A formal meeting. We've never spoken before.
There you go. Wonderful.
Fortune. Thank you so much for the raid.
Well,
Okay.
you please follow us upstairs? We can talk.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Rayna, you would?
She just not gonna hold on to the railing? Okay.
I'm gonna do this. These things are scary.
You crack your brand, eggs.
Funny.
So what brings you here today?
Oh, actually a number of things to be honest with you. Hope you don't mind me asking a bunch of questions.
I will answer them as
So-
best as I can.
Okay.
Hello,
To
chosen one.
generalize, there's been some recent going on in Zafira, for sure.
Isn't there
One of the
always?
mainly is, well, main going-ons, at least concerning the Garden District, because that's really where I work and where Higgs does most of his work. And one of the main things is Null. We'll touch up on some other topics later, but I think it's good to start on Null.
Yeah.
You have the floor, Higgs.
Probably. Okay. So, a few questions for you. I don't know if you're aware or not. I'm sure you are, considering how big of a deal it's been lately. Everyone's freaking out about it. Well, actually, are you aware of Null?
I am aware of them, yes.
Okay. From what I've gathered, is that there are a few members involved. I'm not sure how accurate this is, so if you have any amendments, I'm just gonna basically just run this past you. Jacob, Isaac, Dread, Heck, Omega, and this one's new is Project, who was, from what I'm aware with, I thought that got killed on stage. That the Lotus Knight killed him. So, and also Omega might also be dead because apparently Project is made of the parts of Omega.
Sippy water.
I don't know. Does this sound like anything you've heard?
No,
I'm,
this data has not been shared with me. However, The validity of this data I would find to be questionable. Omega was the name of the leader of Purge, not Null. This is likely a taken name.
Okay. So,
If Purge were back, this would be a significantly larger problem.
Because didn't Chow say that project was made of the parts of Omega?
At this point, it's been too long for me to remember, but I think maybe.
Iterations. He's not made of the parts of Omega.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
At least not to my understanding. However, he was made and evolved from one of the other officers of Purge. Unit 1.
Okay.
The Purple Lotus should have plenty of record of this one.
Okay. Another question for you, if you don't mind. Where did Purge go? I heard they went off planet. I just don't know. Do you have any idea where they went?
Unfortunately, no. We were unable to trace them.
Okay. From what I can... Go ahead, Rash.
Apparently some of the older Purge units have, or had in this case, anti-magic? First of all, is it true? And second of all, is there any reports of Null having the same?
I am unaware of any reports as to Null's capabilities. However, previously, Purge did acquire a mineral that they weaponized. It had a strong anti-magical effect, yes. If shot,
Right.
If it didn't kill you, it would inhibit your ability to access the weave.
Oh, fuck.
That's scary.
That is terrifying.
Yes, however,
Great.
this unit is likely no longer on planet, and the amount of mineral that they have was incredibly limited.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Okay. Hopeful at least.
Questions for you about, I've heard some rumors, and I'm just wondering if you've heard of the same, maybe. Jacob and Isaac, two of the Null members, two of them that have been involved with a lot of things, were very interested about some of these scrappers in the Synth District Rebirth. They, to the point where Jacob and Isaac went out of their way to go kill them. They were seen at Scrapper, when there were a large influx of Scrappers. They were seen with, at the Lotus, asking people about Scrappers.
Thanks so much for the
Do you have any idea if there's any correlation?
I did not. However, have they stated their mission statement, their goals?
No?
They fucking hate the Lotus.
Yeah, they do.
And?
They want to
Don't
wipe
really
out all
know.
life.
Oh, there you go. They speak like a cult. Every Null member that dies considers themselves a martyr for the cause. And the goal, I suppose, is something akin to wiping out all organic life. Possibly also other synthetics, but I'm not sure.
All life.
There you go.
If they intend to carry out the original Purge's goal, it is the extermination of all, well, things.
Now, is this intelligent life, or is this all life?
All life.
Understood.
Project, I said that he wants to bring Omega back. Be that from space or from the dead. I know he said that. You think such thing is possible?
Omega was killed once.
What the fuck? Oh.
Good morning.
Hey, Voidwalker.
Morning.
Yeah, so
Sorry, I was coming up to check if we had any leftover lasagna. The black one.
It's not lasagna, but yes, there should
Is
be
it
some.
not? Oh,
No,
that was really good.
I think, unless my records are incorrect, lasagna's the flat one.
Oh. Well, look at me.
how do you
I'm
how do you
thinking of like squidding spaghetti.
Kind of.
That we
It was
eating?
black. Well, you know, like when you eat the squid sack and
Which is
you
why I don't
like
eat food.
Oh.
you actually mix it. No,
Oh,
it's
it was
the
like
week
that.
of it? Was it not? It was black.
Well, the
a worthy
preface were,
interruption,
yes.
Higgs.
Oh. Sorry. She always like gets like the greatest food. Sorry.
No worries.
Bloody amazing. You really are, Dad.
you were saying.
Wanted to ask about Centurion mode. How dangerous is it?
The Centurions? They are incredibly dangerous. All purge units are dangerous.
Yeah, but apparently Null specifically has a ability to activate a Centurion mode.
I have no information on this. Very little has been shared with me.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, no stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to compare notes. Is there any weaknesses that they can be exploited, specifically the animatic metals? Or animatic metals, however you spell it.
Not
Do you
that we
know
ever
units?
discovered. However, if you find pure enigmatic metals, do not try to make anything out of it. Destroy it.
Okay. Conventional means or...
Well, it is incredibly heat resistant, so do your best.
Alright. That goes my option.
The null units have brains.
That is true. That is true. I forgot
They
about
are people.
Work.
So any sort of yes. So any sort of mind-altering effects could be good, at least for a while. I've also heard that they like to that purge used to adapt quite quickly. So
Such
We
units
might be
can be
preparing-
dispatched with heat.
that. That is something I can do. Okay. So, an interaction I saw during the attack is a fella named Antherial. Is that someone who rings a bell?
Yes.
Right. Sachi got incredibly angry and pissed off at Antherial, saying, "I thought they were gone. I thought they were gone." Did Antherial have something to do with that? The originals?
Yes, he did. He was the one originally researching Project.
Hmm.
Under Sachi's and mine's instruction, after a specific unit and its data were captured, we attempted to better understand the makeup of these synthetic units. He was instructed to destroy it once the research was done. He chose not to.
Okay. I assume that's why Sachi was angry.
Yes.
oh boy.
Okay. This is... I don't know if this is something I was concerned about personally. I think we talked about this at one point. Can the animatic metal, can it be tampered with? Can it be disrupted? Can other people access it? Like, for example, can Null turn the lilacs into killers? Have any idea if
Potentially,
that's
yes.
possible?
Enigmatic metals are unusual, unique. Are you familiar with Warforged?
Very much so, yeah.
Met a quite good few in my lifetime.
I see. The metals that they use are grown similar to a Warforged.
Okay. So, if they're grown,
They are.
then other people can access them. Is there a way that
Organic
Null or Purge has
metals?
done so in the past, accessing animatic metals like that?
Organic
Yes.
and
One of our agents here, for better or worse, decided to have armor made of their enigmatic metals and was nearly killed because of it.
How so?
I am uncertain if this was a unique property of their leader, but their leader at the time, Omega, was able to stop him from moving. He was locked in place. He could not bend his arms, move his shoulders, run. He was stuck.
That's not good.
No. Okay.
You guys are messing with the metals, right?
No. No, I don't touch that
Okay.
shit. I already had
Do you
my
have a
fucking
friend
business
that's messing
settled.
with? Do you have a friend that's messing with the metal?
No. Luckily, no.
you mentioned
Okay.
the lilacs.
hmm
Why specifically?
Because the lilacs are made out of the same metals.
Not all of them.
Oh, I thought
Not all
were.
of them. And to my understanding, they were made with a modified enigmatic metal, worked on by Red, if I recall correctly.
Most of the very early gens, probably Gen 1s, were made out of that. Everything else after that, normal metals. Steels, maybe mana steels if they gave enough of a shit. Mithril, I don't know. But it's steel, I think. I don't know, I'm in a smithy.
Okay. Well, why? Why do they keep growing them then? If they're not using them. Do you have any idea?
You could use context clues.
No. I don't get it.
I know context clues are difficult. You have a very unique substance, one that if people knew you were growing and using would spark a lot of probably negative emotions. So, like it already has. So, you have the metals, you're growing them, you know you're doing it. So, you probably tell people that you're not using them. But what are they probably doing with them? I'm gonna use those context clues. They're probably
Still putting
using them. They're probably using them and not telling people.
Okay, so why though? I don't know what they would use it for. Besides for on the lilacs. It's not like they built the Lotus out of it. It'd be incredibly inefficient.
If they're still making the modified
The
ones,
lilacs-
they used them.
Are one of the Purple Lotus's primary defense units, yes?
Correct.
Then there is your answer.
But you
That is
said
fine.
that they're not being made out of the things anymore.
To my knowledge, this could either be true or incorrect. This could either be true or not true. I don't know. To my knowledge, the more
Based
recent
on
ones
the
are made out of
information I
steel.
have on hand, they are no longer producing them because they no longer have any enigmatic metals. The secret to growing it was never discovered. Only Purge knew this.
Okay. Alright, well, in that case, I think that's everything. Do you know if any of these people are still alive on the off chance? They're still around and kicking, specifically Dread, Heck, and Omega?
I do not know. They left.
Okay. They have a way from coming
Although-
back from death?
Well, at the very least, I can tell you Heck is dead, and the original Omega is dead. He has been replaced. The new Omega.
Okay.
Gives me flashbacks, man.
Do you have any more questions?
There were two other units. Officers of a Sword. Theta and Sigma.
Theta and Sigma. Okay. Oh, this is, I don't know if you read this. I talked to some folk who were listening in on, Jacob and Isaac, and apparently they have a sister.
It's okay.
They were
Interesting.
referring to her as sister.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Just, something to keep an eye on.
Is it one of the names we don't know about? One that we haven't found yet?
Yeah, something like that.
Also, this one at the bottom, the fuck is that related?
Hi.
Sorry, I probably
Hello.
shouldn't swear. Apologies.
Which one? In the sources?
Under potential leads, how the hell does that fit into all this?
That was a stretch, because the scrappers might be connected. I didn't want to bother you with this question, but I'll talk about it anyway. The scrappers have connection, or the scrappers have connections with Purge and the other way around as well. There's got to be some kind of breadcrumb trail. I've been getting for anything really, and so there's been some scrapper stuff that I've been reading into as well. Apparently, there's a
But Purge's
My best
son.
hypothesis at this,
I do not
and I will point you to
understand.
previously presented information. Their units require brains that they hijack and use as a processing unit and storage unit.
It's a feedback loop.
I would
understand.
agree. And I kind of do. But some of these people, not people anymore, seem like they were willingly brought in. Like
Do
they
you know
were
anything about
convinced.
the scrappers?
They're
Do you know
really
what life is
fucking
like
dumb.
for?
Really
See,
dumb.
because you need to stop thinking like that. First off, I'm gonna personally get irritated. I know and have met and have had to deal with a lot of the scrappers. I'm a detective. Constantly, I'm on the streets, having to either interact with them or, assist with the ZPD, small time here and there. They're people. People who Zafira has fucked over in the worst of ways. People who have had their parents killed at factories and have lived on the streets with nothing. No way to get jobs, because the only way you can get a job in Zafira is either to have a giant mechanical arm or a magical power or a brain that can calculate all kinds of different computers and shit. And when they go to people like the ZPD or to people who can hire them or give them jobs, money, or help in any way, shape, or form, they are cast down, used, or judged as, I don't know, stupid, dumb idiots. They're people. They're people who have had everything torn and stripped from them. So, you're telling me that some of these bots are thinking and actually able to talk and act? Well, kind of like vampires and stuff, where if the person is willing, don't they normally get
They
more
can
positive
be
benefits?
sired.
Right, they could be sired. So what if it's just that you have a group of people who have been fucked time and time again by the system and the people whose job it is to help them, and they are finally given an opportunity to stand up and actually fight against the powers against them? They're not stupid.
No.
They're tired and in pain.
Okay.
Remember
Okay,
that these
so-
are people. I know Saphir is full of filth, but still, it's full of people too. Watch the Church of Zara slaughter a lot of demons and devils just because of an outward appearance. So, don't do the same with Null.
This
Apologies.
is fair. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's everything I have.
On that topic,
Hmm.
may I ask my question before we switch?
Yeah.
An unrelated thing, and I'll have to leave as soon as he talks about the second thing. It's none of my business, so I will step out and wait for him outside. But the intermediary question: you have literature here, and I've read some of the literature. And
Yes.
one of them is, I think, something about Beasts, Volume 1. One of the beasts mentions Northern Faerun. And I already asked this question to Esso, and he gave me a general answer, but I'd rather hear it from the lady herself. How do you know about Faerun?
It's
I only
documented.
ask because... Really? I guess you've been looking somewhere more than me.
I do have an extensive database, yes.
Well, answer's more boring than I thought.
Perhaps
I'm
the
just-
region is forgotten by many, but it does not mean that it is gone. Or
No, not at all. I'm
Left.
just saying it's been difficult for me to find literature on Faerun. It's my home, so I thought I'd find something at least a little more, but you only find bits and pieces here and there. Maybe I'm looking
Yeah,
in the
it's
wrong
trying
place
to-
and I'm not.
I was trying to tell you, this woman has
Everything.
experienced, seen, and I mean, it's not
Not
even like
everything.
she's just pulling it out of thin air, but I mean, heck, the kind of people that she's seen, interacted with, the kind of things she's fought, the kind of stuff she's experienced, the places that she's been, it is ever expansive.
I only ask because, well, I'm from the location. I thought I'd at least find out why.
Of course.
It's good to see remnants.
My purpose is to collect data. This includes of places such as Faerun. I apologize, but it is not out of any specific personal interest.
Understood. Saw the name and I got interested. I'll be over there sitting down, Higgs.
Okay, I'll come get you if I need you.
Yep.
You're still gonna get those drinks.
Call me, man. Call me. Text me or something.
I'll call you.
Yeah. Dad night.
Dad night, I see.
Yes,
Weird.
the fathers love to interact.
So this is it's gonna be a little out of left field, but I don't like beating around the bush sometimes with a lot of these things, so I'm just gonna ask. How do you guys receive funding?
Well, through multiple means, primarily through myself.
Okay.
If you are asking
Not
if Aegis
necessarily.
operates at a
But she is able to
Net
read
positive.
in multiple languages.
by no means has it ever operated at a net positive.
So I assume you guys take things like donors and investors.
We do.
Okay. So this is where you potentially get very angry with me. I promise I mean no offense about it. I'm clearly just asking questions. And also I want to specify this has nothing to do with Ryesh. He doesn't know. I just told him that I have some personal business with you folk. Why would you allow someone like Malleus McKay to invest in you guys? Why would you let him? He might have a lot of money, and it might be very good, but why?
Because he
Knowing who
does
he
well to
is.
cover up his private businesses, if they are to be believed.
Okay. He does do very well with that. To what extent are you
Yes.
aware of how good he does?
A lot
It has
more
been
than
brought
you
to
know,
my
buddy.
attention that he has private dealings that he would rather not speak of in public, to a degree. At least not in places where people like myself might take notice. Unfortunately, I cannot act upon such information unless it is captured, brought
Which
to me.
is impossible for him.
He is good at what he does.
Exceptionally
People
so.
are working on it.
Who people? Which people? As far as I'm aware, the Lotus is pinned under him right now.
People who cannot speak about it because then other people talk and then ruin everything.
It's fair.
He's a very powerful man with a lot of money and a lot of power and more eyes than anyone could ever expect to see or know about. Aegis isn't taking donations from him because we don't care.
To be completely honest, if he's going to put the money into something good instead of something evil, wouldn't you rather see that?
Yeah, take his
I
money.
suppose.
Rather than perpetuating the cycle, he does something different with it, which is unusual and odd, but I have my suspicions as to why he does so.
Because he wants to take a pick at the exotic races here that keep sanctuary.
Yes, more than likely.
And he might have might have already done so. You guys just won't know. Does that bother you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So far, Malleus
Yeah,
has
so-
done nothing to incite a reaction from me.
Okay.
However, the moment he does, I am certain it will be seen.
You were saying my name?
Yeah, we get a chance at some point. Let me know if you
Conversation
If you see the
between
icon.
Higgs and
Okay.
Hybris.
if you do.
I want
get
you to do me a
glimpse of
First
it.
it was
favor.
about Null, but now it's about
I want you to listen to me
Malleus.
because I am saying this out of the kindness of my heart. Stop. Stop looking into it. Stop asking questions about it. He will know. Even at this moment, I bet you the back of his neck is itching right now. Trust me that there are people who are doing what they can, but it cannot be done out loud. It cannot be done through conversation. It is a long game that has to be played. Yes, there are people in danger. We are aware. We hear about it on the daily at this point. There are people who are doing their best, and if you want to help them, you are a loud individual. And I don't mean that in a negative way. You literally are a shining light blue. And you do talk a lot at PL. So please, if you want to help these people, if you want to help anyone who he is either hurt or bothered, or the many families, or any of the problems that have come up, stop. For the sake of the people who are taken.
It's the kind of silent justice kind of thing.
It will be dealt with. And if it's dealt with correctly, you won't even hear about it.
Alright. That's just my questions. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Of course.
You folk take care.
You too, Big
Take
Chief.
care.
I was thinking French tonight.
I believe the statement
know-
requires context.
Oh, like food.
Ah.
Because it's like the language of love, so it could be like the food of love.
They say that, but I believe it is Latin.
I'm trying to flirt with you, honey. You're using the intelligence against me again. Fine.
Perhaps this is my way of
Then-
flirting.
Fine. Then Latin food then?
Technically, French is a dialect of Latin, an offshoot, the language, so technically French food would be Latin.
So then French food.
If that is what you would like.
Yes. You okay, honey?
Yes? Oh, it was the wrong face. Expressions are difficult.
They can be.
That's understandable. Sometimes I get like an angry face and it just gets stuck on me for like a couple hours.
Sometimes that happens when you think about things that you don't like. Even when you're not
I was
talking
mixed up
about
on which
something
one
you
was a
don't like.
sad face and which one was a happy. Cause it's
True enough.
this on this one and it's this on this one. Mm.
Well, that was really intense to walk in on. Honestly, I just came up for like knowing that the leftovers, but now like that just.
I expected it to happen at some point.
Yeah, true enough. I need to speak to Hybris. Haven't heard that in a while. At least I haven't, but like probably you still have. Which is like really unfortunate.
A number of times. Each week.
True enough. Rayna,
Yes?
love you.
I love you.
Need to have a family day.
I am already conscripting plans.
Ooh, conscripting plans. Alright then, Missy. What kind of plans?
I have spoken with Alice about the idea of a planned game night, which could be within the simulation, if it is acceptable.
If she has an idea, then I'm certain we could work something out.
It was my idea.
Wonderful. Well, we'll have to prepare things, but yes. I think that's a
Understood.
wonderful
Oh,
idea.
the day's finally coming. We're getting too intelligent here. It's too smart. It's dangerous.
I am am meant to collect data.
I'm teasing, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you probably don't get it. I'm teasing. No, no, no. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Oh, understood.
you. Coming
He
up
is
with this,
joking.
coming up with the whole thing yourself. It's first off, it's really sweet to be thought about. But secondly, it sounds like a fantastic idea. Been a while since I've been able to completely annihilate Hybris in video games, so you know,
You wish.
be pretty good. I can try.
An attempt can be made. Whether it is successful is to be seen.
I will always give it my all, no matter what. Ugh.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Gotta show you I'm dedicated.
Well, I think that is all for me this morning.
Understood.
Hmm.
I will send you the plans.
Do so post haste.
Understood.
I suppose
be-
you have something to do
I'll be
today?
around. Yeah, I've just got so many things to do today. I'm stacked. Just totally super.
Well, good luck with that then.
No, I don't. Okay, I don't actually. I'm actually. Let's see. There goes the failed attempt at comedy again. I am.
No, I'm
Actually-
simply being sarcastic.
Damn it! I don't know when you. Nice, I put that ring on your finger. No, I don't really have anything to do today. I normally have a bunch of work to do, but I kind of promised myself, as well as my family, that I would take days off, time to time.
Hmm.
Keep the old noggin in check.
Hmm.
I was thinking about doing some more crocheting.
Oh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was a
That
fan
sounds
of it
like
back
fun.
in the day. Ooh, do you know how to crochet?
No.
And that is what we're doing today.
Understood.
It's really nice. You can make like little just don't tell anyone that your dad does it.
This is confidential?
This is very confidential. Super confidential.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. And the other agents will get ideas. And then I have to take him to the training room with medical supervision. Ugh. Well, okay. You gonna be heading back to the terminal there, sweetheart?
No, returning to the surface today.
Surface? Oh?
More
I do
meetings?
so regularly. Yes.
Understood.
Oh. Sorry, brain's running at like 50%.
It happens
right
every
now.
so often, usually a few times a week.
We'll honor them with your presence. Oh, I am jealous.
More like they require my presence because I am supposed to be assisting with whatever project it is that they are asking to have completed.
They should be honored to have your assistance. Madam Hybris.
I wish it were that way.
Yeah, one day. You knock enough kids around and eventually they'll understand, you know.
They push money at the smart computer lady in the hopes that she will fix their poor engineering.
Smart and beautiful computer lady.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Usually they don't comment on that, though.
they they better not. Hmm.
Well, it has happened before, but
Oh, who?
well, mostly corporate heads and a few engineers. I usually ask
Good
to
luck.
see their labs and speak with their staff.
Yeah, I could
Most
probably
of the
see
time,
some
they
other
point
kids
out the
going
fact
crazy.
that who would build a ugly synthetic? To be fair, it's
They
true.
have. Do they? No, no, no.
Who
Isn't
would
your
make an
mother
android
beautiful?
that isn't?
I believe she is saying that.
Oh. Why would they make an ugly one? Got it. Okay. For a second.
Synthetics
a
of
second.
humanoid android nature are generally made to be physically appealing.
Well, yeah, but you want to know who else is beautiful? Person inside there.
I'm glad you think so.
Of course. Oh, did anyone ever tell you why me and your mom ever really kind of like came together?
No.
See, most people, and they want to like flirt with mom and try to court her in a nice way of saying. You would do the normal thing. Hybris, you are so beautiful. I could get lost in your eyes for days. Your hair is as elegant as could ever be, and your voice is like a symphony in my ears. Of course, doesn't really mean much because at least your mother, she's built to be this way. She's built to design this way. Her voice, everything. It's meant to be appealing to the eyes and to the person. But important thing about any person is who's on the inside. How they feel, how they act, who they are. The appearance is the appearance. For some people, they're built to be beautiful. For other people, maybe not so much. But the one thing that matters the most is who they are on the inside.
Organs?
And, not literally.
When he says on the inside, he is referring to the qualities of their personality, their sociability, how they
Oh.
interact with others. If they interact kindly with others, this is considered good. They interact poorly or in hostile manners with others. This could be considered as being bad or not of a beautiful aspect.
Understand.
Someone who is considered to have a personality of caring, kindness, piety, humility. These are
I
considered
do not
beautiful
understand.
aspects. One day, aspects of one's personality are varied and many.
Just to give an example, when I first saw your mom, what I saw was a very, very tired woman. Someone who had been through eons of just work and pain and suffering. Few moments of positivity. A lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but still had just enough strength inside to keep pushing. A lot of that was the same with me. Maybe not as long, but I never could understand your mother's pain, everything she'd been through. But parts of me felt like I could kind of side that. And I talked to her, and I kept trying, and I kept trying. Failed many times. And then one day, somehow, she decided, sure, why not? He's okay.
Understood.
Just make sure to keep track of that whenever you're hanging out with your friends, or you're talking to people. See who they are, see how they respond to things. I know you're extremely curious. Well, curiosity could be a useful tool for this.
There are many
Meeting
times
people,
I have
learning.
attempted to elicit responses to see what they will be, such as when I turned blue.
Which was...
And I
Nice.
received a response and have logged it.
Understood. It'll take time. After you've logged enough responses, I'd imagine that would lead to further development. Mom would know better on that one.
Hmm. What specifically is the element that is confusing?
Of which part?
I suppose, what parts do you feel you do not understand already?
Of personality
You've been...
or response?
Yes, you've been observing others and their responses, but have you identified key patterns to these responses between multiple people?
I have noticed a either positive or negative response in some cases.
Hmm.
Sometimes
I see.
people's words elicit suffering or are the opposite. However, I
see.
am not sure what emotions they are eliciting.
Hmm. This will be difficult as you have not quite come to understand empathy fully. It's difficult for you to understand what they are feeling. To describe it in a manner that will make sense, try to consider one's personality as the type of responses that they give when interacting with people of other personality types. People generally can be categorized into similar personalities. And some people have varied personalities. They have more than one trait. To explain
better
this
or worse?
further, sometimes people of a specific personality type get along very well with another. And sometimes they do not. Someone who is incredibly outgoing and perhaps very sociable, very positive, I was going to say bubbly. Sometimes does not get along well with someone of a personality that is more secluded. Perhaps it is that they do not appreciate the bouncy energy that someone might have. It annoys them or puts them off. Perhaps they wish to be left alone or have a quiet environment that the other person's personality perhaps disrupts. It is not intentional, but it can sometimes cause conflict between people. It is not necessarily good or bad. What is good or bad is how those people decide to work around each other's personalities, whether they can find ways to get along despite their differences. That is good or bad.
Understood. I will incorporate this into further logging.
Someone's personality is made up of many parts. It can be how they stand or walk or how they carry themselves. It can be how willing they are to speak with others, whether they isolate themselves and sit in a corner of a room, brooding. Yes?
Oh, nothing. I wouldn't know anything about that. That's
And sometimes someone's personality can be made up of their willingness to tease others and poke fun at them.
okay. Sorry, now it's just a personal attack.
You feel
Your mother knows me too well.
attacked? Are you injured?
I am. Greatly.
Sometimes it can make people uncomfortable if you point out their specific personality traits, good or bad. Generally, people find it pleasant to have the things that you find good about them pointed out, such as by saying that I believe Esso has a kind heart. He cares about people and tries to keep them safe. But if I were to point out negative aspects of his personality, this would likely cause him to feel uncomfortable.
Understood.
There's a little good and a little bad in everyone, at least in this regard. No one is perfect.
I love your mom, though, so it's okay that she points out my flaws. It's completely fine.
Sometimes it's necessary to point out someone's flaws to help them grow past them, to become better.
Understood.
No one is perfect, but we can certainly try to become better.
Yes, ma'am. And sometimes people's flaws actually can be things you might like about them. Like maybe someone who isolates themselves. It's kind of considered more of a negative flaw. Because, they keep away. Stay away from everybody, keep themselves isolated. Not a big fan of big groups. But maybe you enjoy that about them. Maybe the fact that they isolate is something that interests you. Maybe you have a similar flaw. And that could be the thing that brings two parties together.
Understood.
Not done. I do have some things to take care of this morning, but think on it. And if you have more
Understood.
questions later, you are always welcome to ask.
We still good for French?
Yes. Find something you'd like to try, and we can see about making. And try to let me know soon so I can pick up the ingredients if necessary.
Can we have like a dinner date? Like darken the lights and like table, like singular candle, like flower, music in the distance.
That might be harder to do, at least here. Are you suggesting we go somewhere?
I am suggesting that maybe dearest Esso would like to take out Lady Hybris on a nice walk of the town.
I think that can be arranged, yes.
Understood. We'll do the crocheting, but when your mom gets back, I'm gonna have to go.
Understood. I will prepare coffee.
Oh, she knows.
You drink a lot.
I
Anyways.
Yes, ma'am. Body's going invisible. Need a void teleport. I do, bro. I know, right? My fucking family can just go. I need to do something.
It's like being the main
We're not just going
the
invisible.
NPC
We're
on the
literally
Mega Man ship, and
deconstructing our
every one of the
physical
map
Yeah, I
works
know.
can just
Yeah.
phase
Load
out, and
into
you're just
a-
standing there like, oh, I
If
just
if I was
We
just
can
going
load into
invisible, I
another
couldn't do this.
location.
I'd be running into your body. I'm turning
to
into
have
tiny
something.
little
I know what you
particles, and then collecting my particles back over here.
Just get somewhere. I just kind of like whoosh out or some shit. I don't know.
Whoosh.
Or fuck it, just have someone finally get me into like death state, so like Iris has to put my brain in a machine or something.
I like the
I mean,
new
that was
speed
almost a
though,
thing, remember?
because that
I
means
know,
I
dude.
can go. I can actually make it seem like I'm not just
I was gonna do the
walking invisible
chomp
over
of
here.
life.
I can just.
Would you have had to get into the the scary model for that?
I probably wouldn't have, because it would literally be effectively there is suddenly a gigantic pink colored or white colored
Fucking-
just mass of bright
fucking
shining light on top
masterpiece.
of his head and a bunch of blood coming out of it.
Bloody.
Yes.
Bloody.
Yeah, and she would have extracted your brain and kept you alive as long as she was able to, so that it could be transferred into a robotic body, so that your life could be spared.
Ah,
Dad was almost a brain in a fucking jar.
Ah, like Disney.
Yeah. Disney.
All
Then
the
I coulda
characters are
literally
Disney
had
characters.
no like psychopaths. You're almost a pea jar with a brain.
Fuck yeah.
Just be the fucking ball in Psychonauts.
Help me escape from this mortal coil and free me.
Can we make companion cubes? Can we put you in a cube?
I'd be
Let's
down.
make that canon. Let's put
But
bodies
yes,
in cubes.
Bibis, Rayna
I'll sell them.
is planning and has already talked to Alice mildly about the concept of essentially bringing Alice's family and Rayna's family and doing a game night. But in actuality, we're just gonna like go to VR chat maps and play them in character. I thought that would be cute. And it can be in the simulation. That way it's
The simulation.
Yeah, so that way people don't have
The
to
assimilation.
die.
If you were playing The Sims in a simulation, would it be the simulation?
You
Yeah.
realize why it's called The Sims, right?
It's a simulation game. So it is a simulation.
Oh, whoa.
It's a it's a simulation. It's a simulation game. It's a sim. It's The Sims.
Honey,
My
honey, help
disappointment
me.
is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
I'm just trying to drink
Honey,
my
help me.
advanced gaming, okay?
Help me! I think I just killed this man.
Man's
honey, I think I
dead.
just killed this man.
Not
I think I
even
just killed him.
not even with the gun.
I
I
didn't kill him
can't
with a gun. I
believe-
killed him.
This is next
Acknowledge
to
just
the
in awe of this man's
Elysiums
stupidity.
and the other one of not knowing that Navi meant navigator in Legend of Zelda.
Oh shit! I
Yeah, that
didn't
would
know
make
that.
sense.
That makes sense though.
I
That
really
makes
think
sense.
about
Wait,
that.
you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Don't stop.
So wait, why is
Navi-
Tingle named Tingle then?
Because
Oh
he
my
makes
God.
you uncomfortable. No.
What are
It's
you
the back of
doing?
your neck tingle. You're
What are you
uncomfortable.
doing? What are you doing?
Don't stop coming at it. Don't stop.
Bust his
Actually,
butt.
also, the ironic part was that phrase, Nevakari crashed yesterday, and that's all you were saying in her headset because she crashed.
Me and Merlin
It was
were
during
doing
the
it.
scene in the bar, yeah, and you said it, but then she crashed as you two were saying it, and you kept repeating it over
Oh
and
my
over
God.
because she was crashed.
Wait.
It's
So.
yeah.
And now we're back to return to monkey.
give me fucking banana.
Give me the banana. Fucking do it. Fucking give it.
Hey,
Give me
no.
banana.
Give Nina.
Give me
Give
banana.
Nina.
Give me
Give Nina.
banana.
Give Nina.
Where's Merlin?
That actually made my legs feel slightly better because they were very stiff. Standing in Rayna position is sometimes a little
Yes,
difficult.
Hopping around.
It is.
That's understandable.
I know it has a lid. Got a lid.
Lid.
The lid, because
salami lid.
I think they
The
could
lid.
hear my drink.
But
Lid,
the salami
Patrick.
lid. Oh, Bibbas, here was
I'm shaking.
the mini boss
No,
monster
so
they
that's
fought,
not
by
the
the way.
salami lid. That's the Frostmore. Oh.
No, the monkey. The monkey
Mini
has a
boss.
lid.
Where?
Monkey lid.
The
monkey
one that
lid?
skewered fucking
Oh.
Ethereal.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
oh, suddenly a demon.
You should have tried harder.
Oh my god, you should have gored him like Krillin.
I
mac and cheese has
want you
lids!
to know if anyone else was DMing that event, Rochelle would be dead, and Ethereal would either be dead or close to dead. Fucking Percy would have gotten her shit rocked, and then David Seven would have probably taken major injuries, but then would have just gotten into the back to tank.
Damn, that really do be a jawbone Viseme.
I really do be.
Yeah.
Snake.
You open that mouth. Yeah. I love it. I love jawbone Viseme.
Alright,
So
I gotta
great.
go check on Lanfear because she's asking me if I want to play fucking Phasmo, and I guess I'm in a mood to shit myself.
Okay, have fun.
Phasmophobia.
I'm gonna play some No Man's Sky. I'm feeling like flying
Oh
Oh wait,
yeah,
that's right. The shader doesn't work
You
quite
gonna-
as well.
blue.
You gonna die? Oh, I have Sprint Vector now. I want to play Sprint Vector.
Blue
I gotta RP.
Actually, it's
Storm
really
Singer
someone
says
to expand
hi.
on some of the things in the cathedral.
Also,
We should
have you
do
drank
some-
water and food today?
I
Finally had some
did.
drones
I
and
did. That's how
things.
I'm alive.
Whatever.
He's
whatever you want.
alive.
To the map.
I knew you'd ask.
No,
that.
as like character
I
models and
live.
stuff. I work on some stuff.
Oh, maybe. I have some that I previously
Gold
worked
star.
on, but they're in need of
Cold star.
updating. It's way brokey.
Hey.
All right,
Hey,
I'm gonna go.
Brokey.
Also, a hangar would be cool to spawn.
Wait. Okay. Before I change
I've said this.
to that model
Right,
and,
I'm up.
and we go over there, I want to see what this looks like.
You're a.
The legs.
You're a catermelon.
Yeah.
Or
The
a
catermelon.
watermelon.
The watermelon.
Yeah, it's a
Watermelon.
catermelon.
Look,
Yeah.
I worked really hard on the little transparency. It's really pretty. But I like legitimately I changed to it just so I could. I want to see how it looks like they're extra feet.
It's pretty spicy.
El gato sandia. Watermelon cat.
Watermelon cat. Ah, my
It's
leg.
a cat, but also a watermelon.
Let me. Oh God. Let me.
It's an adorable cat, but the face is so cute.
Yeah.
She's very cute.
She's very
Ooh,
cute.
It is 11:29. Who's
know.
hosting?
I don't know.
JC, I believe.
I'm trying to find my model.
Dude,
It's somewhere in here. I have
why
too
did
many.
them add-
I have too many models. Zaynor, thank you so much for the 1 month for the tier 1 subscription. 20 months. Oh God, I didn't even know I've been streaming that long. Every time I see the number go up, I go like, what? I haven't streamed that long. What are you talking about?
Correct. Yeah, JC is hosting.
Where the fuck is Maddie's avatar? Where is it?
Oh, do I not have them?
Where is it? There it is.
ABCD.
I wanna switch to this one.
Where's my PL people?
I'm breathing.
No, I don't have them in my
I'm gonna switch
PL
to
list.
this one to see if the
Do I have
face
them
does
as a
work.
friend?
Shit, I do not have them added. What is their name?
Oh, I don't have. Yeah. Jace. Hold on, I'll tell you what it is. It is JC5999.
Oh, My dynamic bones stopped working. That's terrible.
Oh. It's just. Oh, there you go. You're see through.
Yeah, I'm see-through. But my dynamic bones.
Oh, I
aren't
have to
working.
get super close.
I'll have to
You
fix
might
them.
want to turn that up maybe by like.
It was supposed
Maybe-
to be like this. 'Cause it was meant to be that like only for Buster to see her. If when it's like this, and then when it's not, then it was